Hello everyone, I'm Santanaka. Nice to meet you. Today, we will introduce the installation method for Stable Audio Open, which creates music from text. While Stable Audio 2 is already available, this version can be set up on your own computer. It is recommended for those who want to try it out for free first. Stable Audio Open works with a CPU, but in the video, we will mainly explain the method using a GPU. Let's get started. The installation method is described on the official GitHub page, linked here. However, in the video, we will install using Docker. Some of you might be wondering,
can I install it according to the official instructions without using Docker?
yes, of course. In that case, it might be a good idea to use a Python virtual environment to avoid cluttering your computer. And here is the page with the instructions for setting up using Docker. With Docker, a properly functioning image is provided, which can significantly reduce the time required for environment setup. I will show the necessary steps for installation in the video. On Windows, I enabled WSL and selected Ubuntu 24.04 as the distribution. WSL has just been enabled, and Docker and the Nvidia Container Toolkit have been installed on it. They haven't changed the Python version or made any special settings.
So, it's safe to say that you've only installed Docker and the Nvidia Container Toolkit on a freshly enabled WSL?
Yes, Sumugi, that's exactly right. Here is the WSL screen. First, we will clone the GitHub project to our PC. After cloning, a directory should be created in the location where the command was entered, so move into that directory. To run Stable Audio Open locally, you need to edit files in this directory. In the initial state, it is set up for SaladCloud overseas.
But the editing process is complicated, right?
Now you just need to comment out the SaladCloud specific settings and uncomment the local settings.
That's very helpful for beginners. Thank you.
As it was completed easily like this, let's save it with an overwrite. Now we are ready to create the image for use with Docker. It may take some time, but let's create the image. Once the image creation is finished, you will see a screen like this. We will use the created image to launch the container, but there is something you need to do beforehand. If you don't do this, the container won't start, so be careful. The first thing is to obtain a token from Hugging Face.
I've never done this before. Is it free?
It was my first time obtaining a token as well, and there were no particular restrictions. From what I've researched, Hugging Face API tokens can be obtained for free. However, there seem to be usage limits and request restrictions. For example, there are limits on the number of API requests and the usage of models. The second point is to register as a user. There are several models and resources on the Hugging Face platform that require user registration. Stable Audio Open is one of them. Here, I will briefly explain the tokens and terms of use. This time, the use of Stable Audio Open was free. There are various other models, so if you plan to use a lot, it might be worth considering a paid plan.
I see. Although swimsuits are not really relevant, I understand the terms of Hugging Face better now.
Yes, before launching the container, let's check the IP address of WSL. Also, I forgot to check the image that was created earlier, so let's do that here. Spalach. Next, we will launch the container. We will use the docker run command to launch the container, but we will modify the contents from GitHub. By using this command, you can prevent the model from being downvoted every time the container is started. By registering with Hugging Face, you can now use the access token to download the model. If you are not using a GPU, please remove the GPU option.
Oh, there's an error message. Is it okay?
This error message indicates that flash attention is not installed, so that feature is disabled. The official GitHub states to support flash attention, PyTorch 2.0 or higher is required. Therefore, if you're using PyTorch 2.0 or later, you can get support for flash attention probably. Now let's use the IP address of WSL to access it via the browser.
Oh, the stable audio open screen has appeared. Please try creating a song. Thank you.
Got it. Let's input some random prompt. It's good to adjust other settings too, but we'll leave them as is for now. This is what it looks like while creating a song, and this is the speed. The song has been created. Please listen to it together with the process of starting the container from the second time onward. Well then, everyone, see you again. Goodbye.